It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Come On In, Westart Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
It is time for our coach's show. And Coach, this is our final one. It's been awesome catching up with you every week. What a season it has been. I dare say that between having just such a fun season where it's been such a fun team. I mean, Rich has never seen a team shoot like this, which makes it so fun to watch. So just to have a successful season and then have what happened, last week with Daniel, I believe this season is going to be immortalized for decades. And so it's been an honor to be a part of it. So thanks for letting me be part of it.
We've loved having you, and yeah, I mean, you would never have written this script. I knew we were going to be good, but our theme this year has been the obstacle is the way, and I like that. I like Marcus Aurelius, the quote where it came from, and good message. And I kind of wish I hadn't gone with that because it's like we've had more than our share of obstacles, even with a successful record. But it's the way, and I think our kids kind of buy into that. That hey, there's going to be tough things, and it's about meeting them square and coping with them the best you can and taking steps forward. So yeah. I didn't know how apt of a team theme that was going to be until, last week, but I think we chose the right one.
Well, Coach, I speak for many people when I say the boys couldn't have had a better leader through this than you, and I appreciate your example. And, I had the same conversation with Dustin Wasden that he's in a heavy position of helping people, and this isn't his first rodeo, as their ward had a very significant death 2 years ago, and he was still bishop, and he may wonder why he's in the position he's in, but there's no one that can do a better job, and it's the same for you, Coach. I'm sure there's
I appreciate that.
You wonder, so.
But I will say that, I think they've been a better strength to me than I have been to them, through this whole deal. Going to practice is the absolute best part of my day. And it's just being around these young men, and leadership is a shared burden. I think these kids have emerged as leaders because they've helped a lot of adults, primarily myself through this stuff. So, it's a tough job, but in times like this, I'm actually glad I have it because I think my support network is a little bit bigger than other people's, being around young men like this.
Lex, we talked a lot over the past week, and you and I talked about, Uncle Jerry and the conversations that he's had, and the quote I want to share from him that you and I talked about, because Jerry's been through this, and, he said, I can't tell you the number of kids I've suffered through with this, but time was my only vehicle for healing, and it's a slow process. The only thing I could do was to focus on the kids who are still in my charge. Yep. Hang in there and serve the kids and people who need you, and you're doing just that, Coach. And as the way this broadcast is going to be, I'm going to get memories of Daniel from all of your assistants. So our listeners are going to hear from you today, which is the first day of the tournament. It's good because it gives an overview of the state tournament. And Coach, what strategy do you go with? What methodology do you go with to, obviously a few weeks ago, we wanted to take state because of the accomplishment of the school pride, community pride. Rich has only taken state once before in basketball. This is a great time to do it again. We have a great team. The desire's still there, but maybe it's changed a little bit. There's a lot to play for, but me as just the adult on the outside looking in, I just want these boys to go down there and be together and be happy, and however the dice fall. How has that mindset been for you with the latest things that have happened? What is your mindset now going into state?
Well, it definitely changes your perspective. And I put a quote on every practice plan that we have. And, I think sometimes kids look at it, sometimes they don't. But I found one I drew their attention to for Monday. It's by Tim Duncan. And he said, it's not the trophies and awards. It's about the memories and relationships you build along the way. I think that's kind of our attitude, is just we're grateful that we get to play with each other, that we got to play with him, that, you build these relationships and you go through this experience of a season. You just bond. You have great great memories, and not all of them are good, not all of them are wins, but they're still great. You look back at it and you learn things about yourself and other people. And I mean, I'd love to have a trophy to put in that case, but I don't think the years that Rich hasn't won a state title have been failed seasons at all, because just good young men build good memories and learn lessons. And I think it's changed our perspective a little bit as far as a make or break, bring home a gold trophy, or it was a failure of a season. I think even 18 and 17-year-old kids now get that the best part of our season has been happening the entire time. To cut down a net and lift a trophy at midcourt in that final game, I mean, that would be phenomenal, and it's something we're working toward. But the best part of the season, the things they'll remember, a lot of them have already happened, and I think it's a good mindset. I think it actually frees us up to go play loose and play up to our potential without this pressure of this has to happen. It's amazing how in the middle of really bad things you can get these little silver linings that are priceless. I think that's been a gift to us, that kids are going, man, this is a lot more than about putting a round thing through a round thing. This is about just enjoying playing with each other and doing this together. And I actually think it really primes us to go do very well at state.
Coach, I'm sure you agree, but when I've talked to the boys over the past few days, checking in on them, talking with them, it feels like these young men who we just love and have watched all season, I think they've gone from being boys to men the past few days. Just the way that they've handled themselves and the maturity that I've seen from them. It's just such a satisfying and humbling thing to watch.
Yeah, and that's the privilege of being a coach. This is my 10th time doing this with a varsity team, and then I've been around basketball as a coach for 17 years. And I mean, this one is more special than some others just because of the situation and losing a kid we cared about. But, it never gets old, just watching these kids mature and develop. And I'd say that about Daniel. From the sophomore freshman I met 4 years ago to the young man that was in my home and in my gym and in my classroom, you just see growth and maturity. And that's why it's so tough. I was so excited to go see the things he was going to do with this growth that he's had. But at the same time, sports had helped him, and his teammates had helped him, and his school has helped him to become the best version of himself. That's what it's all about. That's why we open these doors every morning.
That's a great tribute to Daniel, Coach. And we know that this has not been easy for you, as you lost a student, a player, and a friend, especially to your daughter, and you hit on it there. You spent a lot of time in your home, and just know that lots of prayers for you and your family through this. But once again, I'm very grateful that you took the job a few years back. It all happens for a reason. These boys are lucky to have you leading them, and we wish you the best of luck at state. And it does change things. We've been talking for about 10 minutes, and we don't even need to talk about the opponents that we could see. I know that you guys are preparing for them, and in terms of what really matters, talked about, and that's instilled in these young men. And so whatever happens down there, obviously for a reason, for the boys' sake, we would love for them to achieve that highest goal that they've been wanting since they were just little guys. And we'll cheer you all on down at state.
Thank you, Bradley. I can't wait.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location, or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
I am excited to have this interview today with my friend Chris Woods. And Chris Woods, known as Mr. Woods to many, is the band and choir director. He has musical coming up, and he's played a huge role in the basketball games this year and even football games, which I love, Mr. Woods. But thanks for chatting with me today.
Yeah, thanks for the call. What would you like to talk about?
Well, a few things. Let's start with the band. And anyone who sees you, Mr. Woods, with your band members, seeing the band up there, there's obviously a ton of passion about it. Tell me about where that came from. What started your love for music?
Well, my love for music was instilled from the time I was a little kid. My mother is from Hawaii, and if you know anything about Polynesian people, music is a huge part of Polynesian culture. And so Mom had us playing piano, where we were playing guitars, we're singing a lot, playing ukuleles. That's where it started. And of course, my mom and dad both love popular music. My dad loves country music, and my mom loved all those old, 50s and 60s songs. And so we listened to a lot of that stuff when we were kids.
You've grown up around it, and it's been a big part of your life.
Yes.
Well, and I'll say that I think there's equal passion for your students. And tell me about that. What put you into education, and what makes it so fulfilling for you?
I never actually intended to become a teacher. Instead, I just wanted to be a full-time musician, playing gigs and supporting my family that way. And then an opportunity came up 21 years ago to become a teacher at a school for troubled kids.
And where was that at?
It was in West Jordan. It was a school called the Utah Boys Ranch.
Okay.
I wasn't really interested in becoming a classroom teacher, but I had been teaching some guitar lessons at a little after-school academy. However, the director there, asked me to come and check out his school, and so I went down there, and I can just say I got bit by the bug. There was just something that felt very missionary-oriented to me, and I remember making a comment to my wife, and I said, "Hey, honey, this is my chance to be a missionary again." And so that has honestly been my number one focus in my approach to music, is approaching it from sort of a missionary zeal perspective. And I've had this mission for 20 plus years now to build confidence in kids, through helping them develop a talent for playing music, for playing an instrument, for singing, and for being part of an ensemble, providing opportunities for them to demonstrate that talent. And that's where the band comes in, because we're a rock band. We do like to play the pep songs for timeouts, but what we really love to do is play rock songs at halftime and put on concerts for people, and that's what the kids love. I'm happy to continue to create those opportunities for them.
Well, I have to tell you a funny story. Our last home game, which was against Tabiona, and anyone that was there knew it was a very tense atmosphere, very competitive, and you guys were playing, and it was the alumni night. So you were playing some awesome songs, and Tabiona's crowd was to the right of me, and obviously, like I said, things were tense, but when you guys started to play, all of their feet were tapping, and it kind of changed the atmosphere. And it's amazing what music can do to bring people together, because that's certainly what was happening there. So
yeah, I agree. I saw them over there, and a lot of them were cheering.
They loved it. Yeah,
really loud for us, and that was really cool to see.
So Chris, let's talk about musical. And disclaimer, I love musical. I did it in high school, and it's fun to see, these kids play sports all year round, and they're competitive, and you start to just be really proud of them. And then to see them put on the stage makeup and do the musical is just such a cool thing. That's a thing in our community. So what musical do we have coming up, and what are the dates?
So the musical we're doing is Freaky Friday, and the dates are going to be March 13th, 14th, and 15th. There will be a matinee on that 15th. Tickets can be purchased via a website. There's a link to that website on the high school homepage. But people are in for a treat. Freaky Friday is a goofy musical, and there's some sad parts, there's goofy parts, there's great songs, and I just think people are going to be really proud of their kids when they come.
Okay, sorry, we are back. My mic was muted. I'm going to try to do this justice, everyone. The Rebels are going to honor Daniel Smith with their starting lineup today. It's been 4 days since his funeral, and the boys are going to take the floor today to honor him. And here we go. The boys are going to start 4 players in honor of Daniel. And so without further ado, number 23, I almost said his name. Number 23, Carter Hoffman. And the honorary number 4, Daniel Smith. Number 2, Riker Hoffman. Number 5, Drake Weston. And number 12, Ridge Lundgren. And, if you're paying attention, only 4 names were called. We're going to honor Daniel Smith with this starting lineup. And start of the tournament, as I say, we honored Daniel at his celebration of life 4 days ago. And Daniel left us on Valentine's Day on the 14th. So 12 days ago is all that's passed by. And we're going to honor Daniel right now with the starting 4. And we're going to remember him for the next 35 seconds. And then we're going to honor him the rest of the tournament. And so the tip was given to the Rebels, handed to Drake Weston. He's going to dribble across half court. And I'm going to take a moment of silence. For those that aren't here, a standing ovation given to these Rebel boys and the coaching staff. There are a lot of Daniel Smith jerseys in the stands as a fundraiser was made. to create all these Daniel Smith jerseys. But like I say, the boys just dedicated 35 seconds to Daniel with that tip and the dribbling out of the shot clock. But I know these boys, and I know they are about to really dedicate the rest of the tournament to Daniel by playing hard and putting the last 12 days on their shoulders and playing hard for Daniel. And here we go. So Altamont has it in the key. They're going to dribble that back out, and that is just about stolen by Lundgren. He tips it back into the hands of Altamont. They're going to take a shot from the foul line, and that just rims out, rebounded by Riker Hoffman. And that rebounding is going to play a vital role this whole weekend. Hoffman gets it in the corner, kicks it back out to Lundgren, and Lundgren's going to hand to Weston. Weston kicks over to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fakes, hands to Hoffman. Hoffman pump fakes as well. 17 on the shot clock. Scott with the ball up top and hands to Weston. Weston looks to drive, hands to Scott. Scott for three, no good. Fight for the rebound ends up in the hands of Altamont. Still a scoreless game here with Altamont getting the ball back. You'd think I'd have these Region 22 rosters memorized. I'm just pulling up Altamont so I can do them some justice with names. But they put up the first shot and score. So a short jumper in favor of Altamont is good. Rebels quickly get it across the floor. Hoffman has it on the right wing. He drives. He's going to travel. Both Altamont players looked like they were going to take a charge, so Carter hesitated, and he'll be given a travel there. So ball back to Altamont. Now that I've got their roster pulled up. So Rebels jump into a full court press. Altamont does break it. Wall drives to the key, and he kicks it back out to Russ. Russ for three, no good. Rebound there for Jessen. He keeps it alive, but thrown away into the hands of Hoffman. Hoffman, a great pass ahead to Weston. He finishes. Football season all over again as Hoffman threads the needle to Weston, and Weston finishes at the basket. So I am working on getting our scoreboard adjusted here. We'll work on that, but currently 2-2. Tied game here as Rust has it on the left wing. He puts the ball up, no good, and rebound by Riker Hoffman. Already big on the boards here early on in this game as Weston has it on the left wing. He'll go for a long three, just rims out. Rebounded by Wall heading the other way. And they will cross half court. Lundgren defending. That's Jessen with the ball. He'll kick it to the wing. He kicks it. Ball nearly stolen by Hoffman. They get it to Rust on the left wing. He tries to find a man underneath, but the Rebels are there. And we're going to get a kick on the Rebels underneath. And so Altamont will have the ball under their own basket. So the ball is inbounded. Altamont with the shot, no good. They get the rebound on the other side. Rebounded by Wall. And folks that are listening, that's going to play a huge role this weekend. Rebounding is going to be something that Daniel did well that we're going to have to make up for. Rebels force the turnover. Lundgren gets it, throws it ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman not able to finish at the rim. And so the other way, Jessen has it. He drives to the hole, no good. Another rebound for Altamont as Jessen keeps it alive. But Weston able to steal the ball, heading the other way. He gets it back from Hoffman. Weston weaving through traffic. He's going to go all the way and then hands to Scott. Great pass there. Scott's fouled at the rim, and so he'll go to the line to shoot two. 92% foul shooter on the season, heading to the line. And at the scores table, checking into the game, number 35, Dylan Fonsbeck, who is going. He is the kid who is in the spotlight. He was Daniel's backup, and here he comes in. Had consistent minutes all season, but nothing like he'll have. He had consistent minutes all season, but nothing compared to what he'll have this weekend. And so he has huge shoes to fill, but I've got all the faith in the world in him. Carter Scott's first foul shot was up and good. 3-2 in favor of the Rebels. That second foul shot is up and good. So 4-2 now in favor of the Rebels after those two made foul shots by Carter Scott. On the other end, Altamont with an air ball rebounded by Lundgren, going the other way to Scott. Lundgren's going to have an open three, but he drives in, tipped away into the hands of Altamont. They get it up ahead. Wall has it on the left wing. Great defense from Hoffman as Wall tries to drive to the hole. He's going to have to kick that back out to Jessen. Jessen also defended by Lundgren. If you were to see this game in person, you can see that all the boys have Velcro patches on their left chest, honoring Daniel as well. Weston now has it on the left wing. 4-4 after that made basket from Altamont. Fonsbeck with the ball. He kicks it back to Scott. Scott for three, and that is good. Best shooter in the state right there. Knocks one down, giving the Rebels a 3-point lead, 7-4. And Russ now with the ball. He'll kick it over to Jessen once again on the left wing. Great defense there. Nice help from Dylan Fonsbeck to tip that ball away on the drive. Does go out of bounds, so Altamont does keep the ball. So into the game for Rich. Riker Hoffman in for Carter Hoffman. Rust looking to inbound. He does into Jessen on the left wing. Jessen drives into the paint, spins. Great help again by Fonsbeck, but Jessen does get the ball back and goes up. And on the other end, Rebels throw the ball away, just out of the fingertips. Again, 7-6. Some may think that the Rebels not looking terribly sharp, but we have to remember they have not played a basketball game in 19 days. And so this is a great game for the Rebels to get back into the swing of things as Dylan Fonsbeck knocks away the pass on the sideline out of bounds. And Altamont will keep possession on their sideline. Ball is inbound, kick back out to Wall. Wall drives baseline, being defended by Hoffman. Hoffman, they kick it back out. Rust with it on the extended right wing. Rebels nearly force a turnover, but knock it out of bounds. So Altamont, again, will keep it under their own basket. Inbound coming up here. Jessen the inbounder, and I just got my scoreboard to work, so I will get that adjusted. Not that there's much that needs adjusting, but Rebels up 7-6, and a foul being given to Altamont now, which will give the Rebels the ball back. That's on Rust, number 2. Tune in for our halftime show. As many know, we are going to be replaying the standout student interview with Daniel Smith. That was done earlier this year during the week of state football. Hoffman with the ball. He hands to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fakes and drives. Euro steps into the key. No good. Defended well there. And ball knocked out of bounds, still in favor of the Rebels. So Lundgren will take the ball underneath. Minute 58 to go in the first quarter. Rebels up 1, 7-6. Lundgren inbounds to an open Riker Hoffman. He goes up and he is fouled, so he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Great job from Hoffman to draw the foul there. And he's going to look to extend this lead to 3 with 2 made foul shots coming up. Hoffman with his first foul shot. That is up and, his second. He missed the first, made the second. So Rebels now up 8-6. Ball is tipped away into the hands of Weston. He gets it over to Scott. Scott for 3. That is good. That's what we love to see from our boys. 11-6 now in favor of the Rebels after the Carter Scott 3. The other way, Wall's going to take it all the way to the hole, and they're going to get Fonsbeck with the blocking foul on the layup. And so Wall's going to go to the line. He's got 2 foul shots coming up here. First foul shot is up and no good. So the score remains 11-6 in favor of the Rebels with 1:31 to go in the first quarter. Ball second is up and no good as well. Rebounded by Hoffman. He's got a bunch so far in the first quarter, which is a great sign. They get it ahead to Lundgren finds Scott for his third three, no good. Nearly rebounded by Hoffman, knocked away into the hands of Altamont. They're heading the other way. Lundgren almost gets that skip pass stolen going the other way, but he will be called for a foul. And so Altamont will keep the ball on the sideline on their end of the floor. Once again, very cool scene here as there are lots of Daniel Smith jerseys in the crowd, and no question whether he's here as well, as his mom and dad and sister are sitting right behind the bench with those same jerseys on. Thank you again to that anonymous family that made this happen with these jerseys. So Altamont will inbound again on their sideline. Jessen gets the ball into two, just a freshman. He's had a great year on a team that has struggled, but he is the bright spot of this team for the future. Shot is up, but no good. We're going to head the other way with Scott being the inbounder. He'll get it into Weston. Weston's going to walk it up. 47 seconds on the clock. 29 on the shot clock. Weston dribbles to his right, gets a screen from Fonsbeck. He's going to drive to his left all the way to the hole and get fouled. So Weston will go to line to shoot two, hoping to bring this to a 13-6 lead. Slow start for the Rebels, which was expected. Momentum starting to roll now here, though, offensively. And honestly, defensively, I'm happy with what I've seen, especially from Riker Hoffman. I believe he's had 4 or 5 defensive rebounds, played defense very well, and the first foul shot up for Weston is good. Obviously, that's the thing that you're looking for right now is how do we replace the effectiveness that Daniel Smith had, and the strong parts of his game came on the defensive end with rebounding, defense, and then offensively with the putbacks. So how do we replicate that? How do we replace that? Well, it's going to be by committee. And so far, so good for the Rebels, as two has it on the other end. Second foul shot was made by Weston, by the way. On the other end, two goes up for the shot, no good, rebounded by Fonsbeck. He'll get it to Weston in transition. Weston going to drive all the way to the hole once again, no good. Nearly rebounded by Hoffman, Riker Hoffman, but they're going to say it went out of bounds on him. I thought that was off Altamont on that fight for the rebound, but they're going to give that to Altamont, heading the other way. Jessen inbounds to number 25. 25 gets it across. He finds Rust in the corner, and it's just out of reach for Rust, and that'll go out of bounds. The Rebels now have it in the corner with 5.5 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to get a shot up. Weston gets it in. He's got it across with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and he's going to pull up. No good, just off the front iron. And so that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Back after a 19-day absence from the floor, the Rebels are up 13-6. We'll go to a quick break. When we come back, start of the second quarter.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Welcome back. We are here, start of the second quarter. My buddy Rob Leifson, who is watching from afar, just gave me an update. Rebels, the Lady Rebels, who are playing right now, they are up 11-3 at the end of the first quarter over at the other gym. If all goes as planned, there will be no more scheduling conflicts for Rebel fans, as we'll both be in the same gym after today. And on the other end, Lundgren, great transition pass to Weston. Weston able to finish at the basket, giving the Rebel side a lead 15-6 here early in the second quarter. 2 passes it over to Rust on the right wing. Rust tries to get it cutting into Jessen, but a great defensive stand there for Fonsbeck, preventing Jessen from getting to the spot he wanted, and the ball thrown out of bounds back into possession of the Rebels as Fonsbeck gets it into Holmes, who checked in at the quarter. So in for the Rebels, it's Lundgren, Holmes, Fonsbeck, Carter Hoffman, and Weston. Fonsbeck, pump fakes from the wing. He goes all the way to the basket. No good, just a little bit too much. That comes off hard. Rebounded by Jessen. He gets it ahead to Wall. Wall goes to the other end. No good. Rebounded by Lundgren, heading the other way. We got 3-on-3 here. Hoffman gets it at the baseline, and he will be fouled by number 25. Apologies to the parents of number 25 if you happen to be listening. This happened last time. He was not on the roster I was given, so not sure what the story is there. So Lundgren looking to inbound, gets it inside to Hoffman. Hoffman turns, great entry pass to Fonsbeck, and Fonsbeck finishes at the rim. Rebels now take an 11-point lead, 17-6. With that Dylan Fonsbeck score. Jessen being pressured. He does get it across half court to 2. 2 drives in, kicks it back out to 25. 25 going baseline. Great defense from Fonsbeck, forcing a turnover into the hands of Lundgren. Lundgren, a no-look pass ahead to Hoffman, and Hoffman finishes at the rim. Rebels are rolling now, 19-6 with 6.5 to go in the first half. Rebels had a full court press, but it is broken. A good job by the Longhorns as they find Wall open at the other end under the basket with a 2-pointer, so 19-8 now. Lundgren, a great step back from corner, no good for that 3. Rebounded by Rust, heading the other way as he passes to Jessen. Jessen crosses half court, passes to 2 on the wing. 2 picks up his dribble, being pressured by Weston. He gets it across to Jessen on the right wing. Hoffman now defending. Jessen tries to feed it to Wall, but again, Fonsbeck there defensively to where they had to overthrow that. And into the game for the Rebels, Carter Scott in for Drake Weston and Riker Hoffman in for Dylan Fonsbeck. So if the Rebels are able to do this rotation throughout the tournament, it's a good one. We are 7 deep at the moment, and so if everyone can stay out of foul trouble, that's about where you want to be, 7 to 8 guys. And Lundgren gets it underneath. He puts it up and good. Great entry pass and a great move from Ridge inside. Ridge plays guard and on the wing, but when we put him down in the post, he holds his own just fine as he did there. Longhorns get it on the other end. They're passing it around the perimeter, trying to get things going. They have yet to break that double-digit barrier, and a miscommunication there as the ball was intended for Jessen on the wing and overthrown, and Altamont's going to take a timeout. Great run there for the Rebels, now at 21-8. We'll go to a quick break. When we come back, we've got 5:20 to go here in the first half of the first day at the state tournament, with the Rebels up 21-8 over the Altamont Longhorns. We'll be back after this.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
Welcome back. We are here at the 1A state tournament. The Rebels coming in as the number 1 seed with a 17-2 record. Last game was played was the big win against Tabiona at home. That seemed like a different life, as life has changed very much since then. But these boys want this state championship. We want it for them. They're going to go out and play for Daniel. I think all the adults in the room want them to understand that whatever happens this weekend, we love them and support them fully, and they've given us a great season regardless. But I'll tell you what, these boys want a state championship. That's been the goal all season. That's absolutely what Daniel would want, and they know that, so they're playing for him. And I have a feeling this is going to be a great weekend. So off to a good start as the Rebels are up 21-8. Altamont with the ball, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Wall has it on the left wing looking. Passes to Jessen up top. Jessen will continue to pass it around the perimeter. Russ now has it on the opposite right corner. Wall now on the right wing. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Two's going to take a long three. Rebounded by Carter Scott. He finds a streaking Jet Holmes. Holmes gets to the rim. No good. One of those wide open layups that can be a tough shot, but Lundgren gets the rebound. Passes to Riker Hoffman, who was fouled. Gets the and one, and he's going to go to line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Rebels now up 23-8 with a foul shot coming from Riker Hoffman. Great job by Lundgren to get that rebound off the missed layup. Takes a drive. Sorry, I was confused there. Nobody reacted to the missed foul shot. It was only one foul shot, so it just bounced out of bounds. Nobody moved, but it was an and one. So into the game for the Rebels. Here's a name that you'll hear this weekend a little bit more than usual as well. Carter Grohl into the game, and Drake Weston back into the game for Holmes and Carter Hoffman. And so the Rebel lineup right now, Lundgren, Grohl, Weston, Scott, and Riker Hoffman. So I do believe from talking to Coach Cornea this week, the Rebels very much will be an 8-deep team, as they have been. So basically Carter Grohl working his way into the lineup with the absence of Daniel Smith on that bench. And so Altamont now with the ball on the wing. They have it in the right corner. That's Jessen. He's trying to get to the inside. He'll dribble back out. Good defense there from Grohl. He tips it away into the hands of Hoffman. Hoffman to Lundgren. Lundgren finds Weston streaking to the basket. He's contacted, but no good on the layup. But Lundgren trails, gets the rebound and a putback to give the Rebels a 25-8 lead. Altamont turns it over on the break again. Weston finds Lundgren after he steals it, and Lundgren hits from three from the corner. Rebels now up 20 just like that. On the other end, Jessen drives to the basket, and they're going to get Lundgren with the foul. We'll take that all day. And 3:33 to go here. Rebels up 28-8. So that foul was on the ground. Jessen's going to come out for Altamont. Fonsbeck's going to check in. He's going to come in for Lundgren, as that's Ridge's second. So I imagine Ridge is going to sit the rest of the half to avoid that third foul in the first half. Ball is inbounded. No good. They had a wide open look at the block, but no good. Rebounded by Fonsbeck, who passes ahead to Weston. Weston, a great move to get loose. Drives to the hole and not able to finish. Drake usually able to finish those, but that is rebounded by Altamont, and they're fouled by Scott on the sideline. And so Carter Scott will get awarded with that foul, just his first. So that's the second team foul for the Rebels, so that is knotted up 2 apiece. And Altamont with the ball on their end. 2 tries to get into 25 underneath. Who will pass it out to Wall. Wall driving baseline, stopped by Hoffman. But then Wall drives and has a sky hook near the foul line that drops in. So 28-10 now for the Rebels. Grohl has it in the corner, hands to Hoffman. Hoffman thinks about 3, but passes it back over to Grohl. Grohl back to Weston, and the Rebels will reset things here as Weston drives and dishes, tries to get it to Fonsbeck, but just out of reach for Fonsbeck. Score remains 28-10 in favor of the Rebels with 2:40 to go here in the first half. Altamont tries to break that press, but Riker Hoffman with the steal. Wow, great pass from Grohl to Weston underneath, and Weston fights for the rebound after his miss, and so the Rebels will keep it. Drake not finishing like he usually does, but I was glad to see the offensive rebound after the miss with the jump ball that'll give the Rebels possession back. Once again, you come in as the number 1 seed. You usually have a game where you can work some kinks out, and that's what the Rebels are working on right now, up 28-10 with 2:20 to go in the first half. And Hoffman has it. He's going to drive in, dishes to Fonsbeck for 3, no good. This time rebounded. Update for the girls, they are up 23-7 halfway through the second quarter. Rob gave me that update a couple minutes ago, so I'm sure it's changed by now. But the last update we got, the Lady Rebels in the driver's seat against Monticello over in the other gym. On our end, Fonsbeck with the steal. He gets it to Weston, who gets it to Grohl, and Grohl able to finish at the basket amidst the contact. Great job there between Fonsbeck, Weston, Grohl, and Grohl with a great finish. If we could get stuff like that out of Carter this weekend, it would make all the difference. And Wall tries to drive baseline, but has to kick it out to Rust for a long 2. That's no good. And Scott gets the rebound, but they're going to get him for a travel on that rebound. And so Altamont will get to keep the ball as Holmes and Carter Hoffman check in for Grohl and Fonsbeck. So the Rebel lineup currently sits both Hoffmans, Weston, Scott, and Holmes. 2 inbounds to Rust. Rust back to 2 in the corner. 2 tries to get open for 3, but Jet Holmes playing great defense to deny that. And they try to get it inside to Fisher, but that goes off of his hands into the hands of Hoffman. Hoffman finds Weston in the corner. Weston with a great move. He finds Holmes in the corner for 3, and that is good. Jet Holmes giving the Rebels a 33-10 lead with that three-pointer. Just a minute left here in the first half. On the other end, Russ does get an open look underneath. He misses, gets his own rebound. Keep things alive. Fisher gets it underneath. He misses. Rebounded by Scott with 40 seconds to go. He gets it ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman met by Rust, and then he'll go all the way to the basket and finish. 35-10 now. Rebels commanding lead of 25 points with 27 seconds to go here in the first half. Once again, stay tuned. Our halftime show, we will have the replay of Daniel Smith's interview that I had with him earlier this year. Week of Football State, that comes with his family's blessing to have that replayed. Probably not something you're going to want to miss. So Altamont does get the inbound back to 2 at the top. And then Rust has it on the left wing. He passes up top to Wall, then to Jessen on the right wing. 25 has it in the corner with 5 seconds to go. He drives the hole, no good. Holmes rebounds it. They're going to have to put one up. He does. Long three-pointer and just banks in. And the Rebels want a goaltend, and they do get it. So Altamont, it was going to potentially bank in, but Altamont tipped the ball as it was banking in. And so Jet Holmes is going to get credited with a three-pointer to end the half. And so that will make it 41-10. But now they're rediscussing it. We'll see what the final call, 38-10. So we are, so that's right. 38-10 after the Jet Holmes 3 due to goaltending. We'll be back after this, after the break, our final interview with Daniel Smith, standout student.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
We would like to take the time during this Standout Student segment to bring you Daniel Smith's interview from the 2024 football season. We are doing this in remembrance of Daniel, as the Rich basketball games during the state tournament will be dedicated in Daniel's honor. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Smith family and the entirety of Rich County. It is time for our Standout Student segment. I'm excited to have Daniel Smith here with me. Daniel's a senior at Rich High School this year and getting ready to try and get that second ring. Daniel, how are we feeling about the state championship this week?
Feeling good, feeling excited. I think that, as we get ready to go in, that we can get it. Just got to play our best.
What's been the discussion about Monticello? What are things that you guys are preparing for and know that, you need to make sure and do to keep these guys under wraps?
We've talked a lot about, they're a good team. They are. They've got some good kids, and we have to be ready in our secondary. We kind of got smoked a couple times last time. We weren't prepared in our secondary last time, and they got us there. But I think that as we go in preparing, that we can, be ready for those guys. And another person that, we're kind of prepping for is Tavon Black. He's a good, strong runner, and if you're not tackling him well, then it's going to be a rough game for us.
Well, that's good that you guys have some guys on your radar, as Monticello does have a few studs that you're going to need to watch for, but it sounds like you guys are preparing well. And Daniel, we talked about before we started the interview that practices are getting a little bit cold and dark. Has that been all right to deal with?
Yeah. At the end of our practices, they've been kind of dark, especially with cloud cover. But I don't know, just different conditions you have to deal with football, and can't really blame weather for anything. So you got to go out there and practice the best you can with the time you got.
That's right. And Daniel, this is the last game of your high school football career. How's your senior year gone?
It's been going pretty good. I don't know. I think we've had a good season, and it's been a good experience playing football here at Rich High.
And you've had a great career, Daniel, and you'll certainly be missed. We are definitely hoping that you and your classmates will go out on a high note this week. And Daniel, let's talk a little bit about school, and basketball's coming up. We don't need to talk a whole lot about it because I know you're zoned in and locked in for the championship game this week. But how is your senior year going in general, not just in football, but just in general with school and everything?
Pretty good academically. I've been able to, keep those grades up, and been able to learn a lot in school, and we've got a lot of opportunities here at Rich High, especially in concurrent enrollment, and glad that we've got those opportunities and we can learn and get some credits in for college.
No, that's perfect. Daniel, I always ask everyone that I interview for the Standout Student, a teacher that's impacted you throughout your 4 years at Rich High School. Who's one that comes to mind?
I don't know. I think there's a couple.
Yeah, it's hard to narrow it down to just one, but anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I know that Miss Muir, she puts a lot of time in us for our concurrent enrollment. I know that, she always does her best to go and, help us. And I know that, if without her, I don't think I'd be taking concurrent enrollment classes.
Yep, she's a great teacher. I had her as a teacher as well, and she is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, good luck this week. Like I said, you've had a great year, and I'm sure that you'll extend that out to this very last one as well, and looking for that second ring to put on your hand. And you guys have had a great run. So we'll be cheering you on Saturday, and hopefully we'll be having a honk out Saturday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Daniel. This has been the Daniel Smith Standout Student interview from the 2024 football season. We would like to thank you for your time and understanding as we get back to our regular halftime show.
Mountain Valley Cattle Company is here to support rich schools. Owners Eddie and Todd Jensen know that when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you need to work with people you can trust. That's why Mountain Valley has built a reputation for honest, reliable service across Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Whether you're looking to buy quality livestock or get the best price for what you're selling, Mountain Valley Cattle is here to help. For expert service and a personal touch, call Eddie and Todd today at 208-339-0614. Mountain Valley Cattle Company, where the cattle in your community come first. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today. Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane, for all your propane needs.
We would like to take the time to dedicate this game to the memory of Daniel Smith of the Rich.
We are back trying to round up some first half stats, but to no avail so far. The most important stat though, Rebels 38, Altamont 10. We've got 45 seconds to go until the start of the second half. And great first half for the Rebels, scoring nearly 40 points. Slow start, which was to be expected, but the Rebels able to get things going once again and really took off in that second quarter. And so, as I say, we're just getting ready to start the second half. I hope everyone was able to listen to Daniel Smith's final standout student interview. If there's anyone out there that missed it or would want that, I've got that file on my phone, very easy to send for people to have. So, but we are back here, and once again, shout out to the Smith family. Dallin and Jana Smith being here in attendance, along with Katharina Smith, who is Daniel's younger sister. Great to have them in our presence today. So the Rebels will start that second half with the usual starting lineup that we'll see this weekend, I'd imagine, with Weston, Lundgren, the Hoffmans, and Scott. And Altamont will start with the ball on the opposite end of the floor with 2 feeding it into Jessen, and Jessen's going to be fouled by Weston going up for that shot, so he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Pretty cool. I am looking at the Valley Buffalo team, and they've all got warm-ups on with a basketball with a blue number 4. So class act from the Valley Buffaloes. Game going once again with Jessen up top, dribbling over to Rust, and Rust enters it into Jessen. Jessen turns and fires, and it does roll in. We're going to go radio silent just for a minute. I have to figure one thing out. We are back now. Altamont with the ball back after that missed basket by the Rebels on the other end. And Justin's going to take a 3, and that is good. So the Longhorns, just in the last couple minutes, much more productivity than the first half. On the other end, Carter Hoffman for 3, and he answers with a 3 of his own. 41-15 now for the Rebels. On the other end, Altamont trying to keep the momentum that they've had going scoring-wise, as Jessen has it up top. He was the one who just had a 3 the last possession for Altamont. Being defended closely by Carter Hoffman, and great job there for Carter. And the ball is thrown out of bounds, and into the game, Aiden Weston in for Carter Scott. So I think Coach Corney's smart play here. He's going to start filtering in our JV players, but there's not many. Our usual JV substitute line out for the season is Cade Nelson and Dylan Wasden. So now with Aiden Weston in the game, we only have 3 guys who have not seen the floor yet. So anyway, on the other end, Altamont missed their shot. Lundgren with the rebound. He tries to get the football pass down the floor to Riker Hoffman, but that is picked off and taken the other way by Jessen. He gets it into the key, turns, again being guarded very well by Carter Hoffman, and he throws the ball away. And I'm just working on getting an update for our girls. They were up 28-7 at halftime, so I imagine they've continued to roll. Again, my apologies for the lack of coverage there for the rest of the weekend. That won't be the case, but we obviously wanted to be here for the boys with the honoring of Daniel to start the game. So Ridge Lundgren did have a layup on the other end, which was just answered by Altamont with a 3. So 43-18 now in favor of the Rebels with 5:18 to go here in the third. Weston drives and kicks back out to Hoffman, who gives to Lundgren. Lundgren has it up top. He dribbles it back out and passes over to Weston on the right wing. Weston dribbling around the perimeter, looking to set things up. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Hoffman now with it on the right wing. Back to Weston. Weston to Lundgren. Lundgren gets it inside to Riker Hoffman. Knocked away. Riker able to get out. Lundgren have to put a long 3 up at the buzzer. That is no good. Everyone kind of stopped for a minute there, and then everyone scrambled for the rebound. Riker Hoffman ends up with it. Nearly rolls his ankle. That's one thing we just cannot afford this weekend is injuries. And poor Riker has been on the receiving end of the injury bug so far this year. So hopefully he stays healthy. Good. So Weston with the ball on the other end. He passes to Hoffman on the wing, who passes it up top to Aiden Weston and then to Hoffman. So into the game, a very Rich County lineup with Hoffman, Weston, and Lundgren. And Drake Weston, 4-3 from the corner, and that is good. 46-18 now with 4:15 to go here in the third. And Aiden Weston with the steal. He gets it ahead to Carter Hoffman, who hands to Ridge, and Ridge goes up, and they're going to get him for a travel before the foul. And so Altamont will get the ball back going the other way. Once again, Rebels up 46-18 with 4:02 to go in the third. Jessen has it. He gets it to Wall. Wall with the long two on the baseline, and that is good. Nice jumper there for Wall. And Altamont in a full court press as Weston looks to break it, and he does, weaving through defenders. Rebels now have numbers. Weston kicks it to Weston and then to Hoffman. Hoffman for three, no good. Rebounded, and Altamont tries to pass it ahead, no good, and Lundgren gets it. Great job there for Ridge to track that one down, and Weston's going to take a long three, no good. Rebounded by Altamont. Jessen now has it, being guarded by Carter Hoffman as he gets across. Carter just doing a great job as he just forces a backcourt violation. And I can't say enough about Carter Hoffman's defense today. It's been great. And Carter Scott into the game along with, who else came in? Oh, Bodie O'Mealy into the game. So another sub getting some time for the Rebels. So and Riker and Drake come out. So Scott for three in the corner, no good. Bodie getting into the action right away as he gets an offensive rebound to keep it alive. And now Ridge puts up a three, no good. Rebounded by Wall. Jessen fumbles it a little bit but keeps a hold of it, and he's going to take a three, no good. Weston with a great rebound. Drake fights for it, and he comes away with it. Just a proof right there. Even if you're 5'7", if you're boxing out right, you can get a rebound when there's guys who are 6 foot all around you. On the other end, a three from Lundgren just rims out, rebounded by the Longhorns, heading the other way. Number 25 for Altamont has it in the wing. He passes to Wall in the corner. Wall looking. He'll get to Jessen on the wing. 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. Rust has it, and he'll drive on Scott. No good. Good defense there by Scott. Rust did get his own rebound, and it is knocked away by Lundgren on that rebound, and so Altamont will keep the ball, looking to inbound here. Just got an update from Rob Leifson, 37-10 for the Lady Rebels. And so for anyone kind of wanting to know, and we just saw an and one on a three-pointer. That's Rust that made that three. And so he's going to go to the line to shoot one for a 4-point play potentially. I don't think we've seen a made three from him any of the times we've played, but he just buried one while getting fouled. And he does hit that free throw. So 4-point play. Rebels now up 46-24. And Weston's going to get fouled by Jessen at nearly half court. So anyone interested in the road to the championship for both the boys and the girls will be on their way to beating Monticello. And then tomorrow, I believe, they are most likely going to be paired up with Paiute. If they beat Paiute in the quarters, they're going to have most likely Wayne, who's had a great year, in the semifinals, and then most likely the winner of Tabiona and Panguitch from the other side in the championship. For the boys, it's a tough road, but no doubt that our boys can do it. They're on their way to beating Altamont today. They'll probably have Paiute tomorrow. Paiute, Monticello play right after us. So we'll have the winner of that game tomorrow. And then after that, if we are to beat Paiute, then we will have the winner of Valley and Tabiona. Valley just beat Manila by 3 today. And so just to give you a little reference point there, but Valley's had a good year. Obviously, Manila played well. And then if we were to beat Valley or Tabiona in the semis, we will most likely have either Panguitch or Milford from that other side. So it's going to be a fun weekend. In the meantime, where we're at, Altamont gets another bucket, 48-25 now. And Lundgren has it on the left wing, looking for three. He'll skip it to Hoffman on the right wing, then to Scott. Scott, an open three, no good. Just rims out. Weston tries to get the putback, no good, and rebounded by Rust, who gets it ahead to Wall. And Weston's going to get the foul. He tried to do the wraparound tip from behind, and they're going to get him for it. That's his second foul, third team foul for the Rebels. 49.5 seconds to go here in the third. Rebels still with a comfortable lead, 23-point lead, 48-25, with just under a minute to go in the third. Altamont tries to get to Jessen at the top of the key, but Scott is there to steal that pass away at the top, and he finishes at the other end. 50-25 now, Rebels with a 25-point lead. Weston pressuring up the court. Altamont does get it across. Jessen has it on the left wing. He is met by Carter Hoffman, and they're going to call him with a foul. So Altamont will have it underneath, as that is the Rebels' third team foul. Fourth. I thought I had said third last time, so fourth team foul. They're going to say he was shooting. Thought he was just driving, so he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Jessen's first is up and just rims out. Again, Rebels up 50-25 with 26 seconds on the clock in the third. Jessen's second is up and good. 50-26 now in favor of the Rebels. The end of the third quarter for the girls, it is 43-12 against Monticello. Rebels throw the ball away. O'Mealy tried to find Scott as he was saving the ball from going out, and it is picked off, taken the other way by Altamont, and they're going to throw it away. Scott gets it, and he finds Lundgren the other way. Lundgren stops short of the layup. He's going to be fouled on that layup and to go to the line to shoot two here with just over 2 seconds to go in the quarter. Lundgren's first is up and good. So, watching the boys, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. You know, I did not know what we'd be getting today. I, of course, did not doubt a victory, but just did not know what the getting back into the swing of things would look like, being 19 days since the Rebels played last. So I fully expected a slow start. That was fine. But the boys really, I mean, it didn't even take a quarter. Towards the end of the first quarter, they started rolling, and it's been a momentum since. And so we'll be back after this. You're listening to Rebel Basketball online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
Hey, it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Evanston.
We are back here, start of the fourth quarter, and into the game for the Rebels, a line change by Coach Cornea. So it's Riker Hoffman, Jet Holmes, Dylan Fonsbeck, Carter Grohl, and Aiden Weston into the game now. And Fonsbeck gets it, he kicks it back out to Hoffman. Hoffman to Grohl up top. Grohl finds Holmes in the corner. Holmes pump fakes, drives in, kicks it back to Hoffman to Weston. Weston, a great pass to Grohl. Grohl almost has the reverse layup. Rebounded by Altamont, heading the other way. Jessen has it. He passes in to Rust. Rust turns and fires, and that is good. Rust having a good second half for his side, and Altamont gets into a full court trap. The Rebels able to break it. Weston has it in the corner. He kicks it back up to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck thinks about the three. Over to Holmes, back to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck drives, finds Grohl, driving baseline, and Carter Grohl, a great athletic move at the rim to finish. 53-28, as I say, Carter Grohl will probably play an important role this weekend, coming in off the bench, being a role player. And on the other end, Jessen tries to finish, does not, saves it, but into the hands of the Rebels. Holmes passes it to Hoffman. Hoffman tries to get it to Grohl, cutting. That is tipped away and going the other way now for Altamont. Jessen with the ball up top. 6:15 to go here in the game. Rebels up 53-28. Rust finds 25 underneath. Holmes is there on defense. Missed, but 25 gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses again. Hoffman with the rebound. He finds Fonsbeck the other end. Fonsbeck hesitates as the defenders were coming. He pump fakes, misses, and then gets his own rebound, but it is then a jump ball. And so the Rebels will give the ball back to Altamont after that jump. Rust with the ball. He passes ahead to two. Rebels have done a good job keeping two to a minimum. As I say, he's the future bright spot for Altamont. And they get it into two, speak of the devil, and he is fouled by Hoffman, so he's going to go to the line to shoot two with 5:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Coach Corney putting his starters back in for one last run, it looks like. Hoffman, Lundgren, Scott, and Weston coming in to the game after this foul shot. And two's shot is up and no good off the front iron. So coming out is Holmes, Weston, Grohl, and Fonsbeck. So back to the original starters of the second half for the Rebels. And so the second shot for two is up and good. We are now at 53-29. Hoffman gets it stolen from behind by two, going the other way. And two splits defenders, but then Scott's there. Great help defense. He will steal that away. And he crosses half court, and we will get things reset here. 5:18 to go in the game. Lundgren has it on the high wing. He skips it to Scott. Scott gets it into Weston. Weston finds Riker. Riker tries to get it to Weston. Is tipped by Altamont, and then off the fingertips of Weston and out of bounds. Great ball movement by the Rebels before then, but then Altamont able to tip that one away off the Rebels and out of bounds. So .25 has it for Altamont on the left wing. Looking to drive. Weston stops him in his tracks, so he'll kick it to the corner. They find an open wall, and he hits a three. 53-32 now. As Weston breaks the press, passes to Lundgren. Lundgren on the left wing now. He'll dribble it out. 4.5 to go in the fourth. Scott has it up top, dribbles to his left. Scott passes over to Weston and then to Lundgren. Lundgren inside to Hoffman. Hoffman then hands to Scott. Scott not able to finish, but Hoffman gets the rebound, and that is tipped by the Rebels and out of bounds. And then I think this will be the final sub out as all five starters come off the floor and into the game for the Rebels. Paxton, Nicolademus, Carter Grohl, Jet Holmes, Conrad Carrillo, and Aiden Weston. So a great showing for our Rebels, who are up 53-32 now with 4 minutes to go in the game. Rust with it on the right wing. He gets it inside, and that is good. Number 25 with the finish. 53-34 now. Altamont stays in their press, and it works as Holmes has it stolen away, and Altamont keeps it alive after a missed basket after the steal, and they'll get a fresh shot clock. Down 19, trying to whittle away at this score. Kind of just playing for pride at this point, and Altamont certainly not giving up. Just got an update 4 minutes to go in the girls' game, and the girls are up 49-14. Rust drives in. He's stopped there by Weston and Grohl. Great defense. Nicola Demas with the rebound. He heads the other way. Finds Weston. Weston kicks it to Holmes in the corner. Holmes thinks about it. Pulls back down and passes over to Weston, and then to Grohl. Grohl to Carrillo in the corner. Carrillo finds Holmes. Holmes for three, and that is good. Second made three for Holmes in this game. That'll bring it to 56-34 now with just under 3 to go. Two has it at the top of the key. Passes over to Rust on the right wing. Rust right back to Two, and Two puts it up and no good. Rebounded by Holmes. And Altamont's going to fall back from their full court press as Holmes walks it across half court. And he will pass it to Weston on the right wing. Weston looking to Nicola Demas, and will skip it to Holmes instead on the right wing. Holmes hands to Grohl on the left wing. Rebels working around the perimeter with 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Aiden Weston for a three from corner. That is no good. Nicola Demas fighting for the rebound, but they're going to say that touched the shot clock as it bounced up off the back iron, so that'll go out of bounds. Back to Altamont. And so Two will walk it across half court. Passes over to Rust on the right wing. Wall has a nice drive to the basket, but he's going to be fouled by Carrillo, I believe. So with 2:07 left in the game, he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Oh, Rob made a great point. Just texted me. Jet has actually had 3 threes because he was awarded one at the end of the half because of the goaltend. So because he's my nephew, I'm going to say I'm going to say 3 with a giant asterisk next to it. He got one of those, not even the old-fashioned way, but a credit for another 3 nonetheless. So Wall's first foul shot is up and good. Second on the way, and that rims out. A fight for the rebound between Holmes and Grohl and Two from Altamont. And that goes off of Two's fingertips and out of bounds. So the score remains 56-35 with 2 minutes to go in the game. Carrillo gets it on the other end on the fast break to break the press, and then the Rebels are going to kick it back out. Not in aggression mode anymore. With just 1:50 to go in the game. This one well wrapped up. Nicola Demas has on the left wing. Back to Holmes up top. And this is a fun memory for all these boys. I'm excited that every one of the Rebels were able to get into the game today. And Conrad into the books as he gets it underneath and puts it in. The life of the typical sophomore coming down and getting in on that first night and getting in the books. Exciting for Conrad to get a score there. And Rust on the other end for 3 from corner, no good. Great rebound there from Aiden Weston. And he gets it ahead to Grohl. Grohl back to Holmes. Holmes thinks about it, makes an extra pass to Grohl, back to Holmes. And 25 seconds on the shot clock, 1:02 on the game clock. Rebels just dribbling this one out. Once again, the next game, Paiute Monticello, that will dictate who we will play tomorrow. Holmes with another 3, that is up and good. So Jet Holmes is 4th three-pointer of the game, as that will bring the score 61-35. Ball inbounded, no into Fisher. He turns and shoots, no good. Rebounded by Weston. Weston going to drive all the way to the basket, almost finishes. Grohl with a great athletic rebound, and he is fouled on that rebound. And I just got notified the girls' final score 52-16. So the Lady Rebels able to take care of business. And so as I say, tomorrow it is slated to look like both Rich and Paiute playing each other in the boys and girls in the quarterfinals, last I checked. So the game clock, or the score clock, is turned off, so the boys are just passing this one around the perimeter. 15 seconds to go. The Rebels starting the game honoring Daniel Smith. They do so as well with their play, as they have a great start to this tournament, winning 61-35. And it's great to see the Rebel boys back in action on the floor, as many give the players a standing ovation. I'm seeing a bunch of number 4 jerseys. It's an awesome thing to see. If you're coming down this weekend and you pre-ordered a Daniel Smith jersey, come find us. We'll have a table set up in the Sevier Valley Center to mark your name off the list and get a jersey to you. We have a limited number of extras that we've reserved for high school students that were not able to order one. I've already had a few high schoolers come up and are able to get one, so it's just an awesome thing to see everyone supporting the Smith family who are in attendance today, and that just means a ton. Takes a lot of strength. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Let me get our bracket pulled up so I can give you some times for tomorrow, so bear with me. We'll just jump right into our post-game show. Precision play of the game. I'm going to give it to Jed on that 3 to end the half that was goaltended. Does that work? If I give that as the play of the game? There were a lot of good things that happened today. That was just the out of the ordinary one, and that's brought to you by D. McKay Frankham. Precision play of the game. Player of the game. I honestly don't have stats number-wise. I mean, you just heard that Jet Holmes had 4 3-pointers. That obviously was a game high, or a season high for him, I believe, in varsity games. But I do want to give a shout out to Carter Hoffman. Great defense today. He played so well defensively, and we're going to really need that from him this weekend. And he stayed out of foul trouble, which is going to be crucial this week. So great job to Carter, especially on the defensive end. But a great job to the Rebels. Back after 19 days, not playing, back on the floor, day 1 of state tournament, able to win 61-35. Sorry, I've got our bracket right here for those listening. Let me give you an update for boys and girls. So the boys tomorrow will be in the Sevier Valley Center the rest of the weekend. But the boys will be playing the winner of Paiute and Monticello tomorrow at 7 o'clock at night. And then let me get you a girls update. So boys playing at 7 tomorrow. As far as the girls, so again in the Sevier Valley Center. Okay, so Rich will play tomorrow. Girls will play at 4 tomorrow, playing the winner of Paiute and Monument Valley. So 4 o'clock girls, 7 o'clock boys, most likely both against Paiute. So my big bro got here and was able to get me the score sheet. So Carter Grohl with 4, Riker Hoffman with 3, Jet Holmes with 12. I've got his dad right here. Big asterisk on that 1 3-pointer before the end of the half. Is that fair? Yeah. Yeah, controversial. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to hear about it. Drake Weston with 9, Ridge Lundgren with 10, Conrad Carrillo 2, Carter Hoffman with 9, Carter Scott with 10, and Fonsbeck with 2, bringing our total to 61. So thank you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, pregame at 3:30 from the Sevier Valley Center, as the Rebels, Lady Rebels, will play the winner of Paiute and